How's it going, Talk Forest TV? My name is Jack, and welcome to my reaction to Nottingham Forest versus Derby County. Get in there, you Reds! Oh my gosh, I'm absolutely buzzing. I don't know if you could tell. I'm a little bit happy about that. A little bit pleased. Fantastic. Bit nervy towards the end with the penalty and such like, but fantastic stuff. I mean, first 20 minutes. Derby were probably the better side, but Cooper switched it up, switched formation, switched the style a little bit, varied up a little bit, and they didn't know what to do. Derby really, like Steve McLaren was saying after the game, Derby are usually sort of very ball dominant, like to keep on the ball, dominate that way, create chances that way, and eventually they end up winning. But Cooper changed it up, added another man in the midfield, matched what they were doing. They just they couldn't handle us. They couldn't handle what we were trying to do. First half was a bit of a, I don't know, it was kind of feeling each other out a little bit. Obviously we did make the change in formation, change in approach to the game. But first half they had one or two chances. Obviously, Tom Lawrence having a brilliant chance, just putting it past the post. But other than that, the first half didn't really have too much. Obviously, Davis almost getting his head taken off by their keeper, and then a clash down the other end with Samba having some awful, egg-looking swell on his head. I was really concerned at the time. I thought, he might have to come off and things like that. We can't really afford to not have Samba in goal because of just how good he has been of late. But luckily he was able to continue. And then, second half, absolutely brilliant from Forest. Despite the penalty, I think we were absolutely fantastic the second 45. Got an early goal, which I'm sure Cooper would have, he would have been hammering that in the dressing room. We need an early goal for the first, 10 minutes or so of the second half. We want that first goal. We need that first goal to settle the nerves a little bit, to get a grip on the game. We don't want to be chasing, which we weren't doing. We got the goal and we were dominant, really. We were able to play with a little bit more flair, a little bit more swagger, really, in the way that we were flicking it around a bit. And then that second goal, lovely ball in, and you just see how much it means to Johnson. A young lad, grew up in Nottingham, supporting the club. He's one of us. Obviously with his dad playing for Forest, and that sort of thing. He knows what it means, and just the passion on his face when that goal went in was fantastic to see. I think to a man, we were brilliant. I think I was saying to my dad that every player was brilliant, apart from one poor decision from Cook. That does kind of, I don't know. It doesn't taint the performance at all, really. It just kind of makes you think, the performance would have been more complete. A little bit, you could have been a little bit more pleased with it if it wasn't for that penalty. But I think if you take that away, we were fantastic. It was just one poor decision. He should have just stood him up and tried to take him along to the byline rather than diving in, and unfortunately, it did give the penalty away. They scored it, but I think we managed the last few minutes. I don't know how on earth they got 6 minutes out of that, but they did, I think we managed that well. We really took the sting out of it, took the momentum out of Derby, and just wasted time and saw it out. Absolutely fantastic all over the pitch. I think Jed Spence was excellent again. He just shows why he's wanted by clubs like Arsenal now. I think if we don't go up, if we don't go up, I think we might, I really, really do. I think we might get playoffs. And I think the way that we're playing and the way that we're currently, what's the word? The way that we're currently applying ourselves to games, the way we're holding ourselves and being defensive when we need to, playing with a bit more flair, a bit more zip to it when we can, going forward, grabbing on fire. I think we could be in the playoffs, but if we don't get in the playoffs, if we don't go up, or if we get in the playoffs and don't win the playoffs, I don't think that we'll have a chance of getting Spence, unfortunately, because he'll be gone somewhere like in the Premier League. I think Crystal Palace would be a perfect fit for him. But anyway, perfect fit for him is definitely the City ground. He loves it here. by perfect fit at Crystal Palace, I don't mean perfect fit. I mean, he would be good there, but we want him to say it, don't we? We want him to say it. Anyway, I'm waffling now. I'm going off the point of the video. But, yeah, no, I think he was excellent today. Defensively and attacking, he was wonderful. So I'm just going to shut the door there. See that in the dog? Going forward, there was someone who tweeted that one-on-one defending and attacking, he's probably the best we've got. One of the best in the league. Like, one-on-one defending, he's fantastic. One-on-one attacking, he's brilliant. He can beat a man. His link up with Johnson's fantastic. The understanding that they have with each other, link up play that they can produce, little flicks behind players and other players they're running in to get on the end of it, or the way to pass and the timing to get the play and the player sent through is just wonderful. But no, I'm just absolutely delighted. I'm so proud to support this club at the moment. Pardon me. From what we had last season to what we have now, it's polar opposites. There's a sort of a buzz around the club, a spring in the step of everyone involved. To be able to have a manager who sort of noticed the problem, switched it up in game, on his feet, just thought of the change, bang, got it in, and it worked. It was perfect. Swung the game into our favour, and helped us to win the game. But yeah, it's just so good to see. I think every player, you could tell, played for that badge today. There's a lot of questioning last season about players, whether or not they wanted to be here, whether they were just picking up their pay packet. People are saying Yates should play in League One, he's not Championship quality. He was fantastic today. Jack Colback, people were saying get rid of him, he's not the same as the player that we had before. Even myself, I was thinking that a little bit. But he was fantastic again today. I prefer him in the middle of the park, but if he needs to play left back, he can play left back. Great to see Lowe back in the left back position. But like I was saying about Colback, seeing him in the middle of the park, definitely prefer him there. He just adds a bit more control and the ability to get stuck in, make a tackle, break up the opposition's play is fantastic. It's brilliant to see, and alongside someone like Garner, who's a bit more technical. There were question marks over Garner at the start of the season, whether he was the player that we thought we'd got back on loan. He definitely is. He's so calm on the ball, so calm in possession. He's got a shot on him. He hasn't scored yet this season, but he's definitely got that in his locker if he needs to, like you saw Cardiff away last season. I think he scored. I think he might have scored against Preston and maybe. Not Cardiff, might have been Preston QPR to the back end of last season. I don't know, but he looked really good today. The back three, like I say, Yates looked good. I think Cooper Cook was really good up until that one poor decision. And McKenna was fantastic again today. I don't think he gets the credit he deserves, really, Scott McKenna, because he's not really made any mistakes since coming in. So you can't really be like, oh, look how good he's been. He came in and he was like this, and now look how good he is. He's just been brilliant from the offset. He's been absolutely fantastic and an absolute machine at the back. I don't think he's missed a header since joining the club. He's ridiculous in the air. It's fantastic to see. Keenan Davis was really good today, holding it up, and he was quite handy in the first half. He's still not really up to scratch to play a full 90, but it's good that we've got players like Zinkernagel we can bring off the bench to be a bit more technical, to have a little bit more skill rather than strength and power. Just every Forest player on the pitch, Johnson, Graben. It's so great to see Graben back. He scored 13 goals this season, where the whole of last season he scored 6. I definitely think he can get 20 goals again this season, if not more. And I think if you want to be a team up where we are in this sort of end of the table, getting in the playoffs, you need a striker who's going to score 20 plus goals. You look at Mitrovic at Fulham, no wonder they're top of the league when he's scoring, was it like now 23 or something ridiculous, maybe even more already in the league. So to have Graben back firing is fantastic, and it's just exactly what you want. But no, I think overall, every Forest player who came off the bench, who started the game, absolutely fantastic. Absolutely just did us proud. Played for that badge. You could see by the passion at the end when they were getting a little bit of a scuffle. I mean, there's one video where Caffey just comes out of absolutely nowhere and just launched himself in the middle of it. Players who maybe are new to the club or aren't really too sure of what it means to be a Forest, sort of being the Forest derby kind of game. They get it now. They I don't know who's talked to them, or what they've been watching, or how they've got it, but they get it. Alpha Semedo got it when he was under Sabri. Sort of Cafu didn't kick a ball today, didn't play a minute today, but he got it with a passion at the end. It's just fantastic to see. I just love it. I know I've said fantastic probably about 20 times in this video, but it is fantastic. I'm absolutely buzzing, and to beat your local rivals at home, playing the way we did, you gotta be delighted with that. I'm absolutely bouncing. Really, really happy. So yeah, we move on. I think we've got Cardiff next. We've got to keep this run going. We really got to keep this run going. Can grab and score again. He scored in every game we played this year, in 2022. And it's just absolutely, I'm so excited to see what the future holds for this club. It is such a good point at the minute. Cooper's amazing. The boys are fantastic. And yeah, I just cannot wait to see where we end up at the end of the season. I don't think we're going to have a collapse like we did with Sabri. Cooper knows what he's doing. He's a very level-headed man. He's got the ability to switch things up like we saw today. He knows the boys well and knows who will be good to play, who won't.